Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. I have diablos. I have a burrito. I has diablos. It's a burrito. I has a gay. I has agua. I has it all, bro. Smart, smart, water. I think that's it, yeah. I hit the Game Boy, I am the ring boy. It's time for another big box stream. But we're gonna talk about Xboxing. Cause I'm game freak. Cause I'm game freak. Gang, 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 it's your boy, the engagement. I say it's your boy, the engagement. 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 So what we are eating today is called Diablos. It is a Mexican restaurant, I think. It's going pretty alright, buddy. It's Friday. It's my day. About to party like it's a holiday. Let's get it on. I forgot to turn this bitch on not disturb. Hold on a second. Hold on. This brother's on no sound. I have not, unfortunately, I have not heard of Dave's Fried Chicken. Alright. Let's do this. Okay, I think that was about where it was before. So, we're gonna eat the burrito and then dip the chips in the queso, which is funny when you realize the queso in Spanish just means cheese. So it's like, who the fuck gives a shit? Alright, here we go. We have the burrito. We have the burrito. We have the burrito. It's a chicken. It's not chicken. It's beef. Ground beef burrito. It tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good. And Tyrone's streaming Dragon Ball, but you got that beef burrito, baby. The beef burrito. So we're gonna eat this, and then we're gonna talk about Xbox. Oh no. I guess we'll go this way. Because if I go the other way, it's gonna end poorly for me. But hopefully everyone's doing good, living life, enjoying themselves. It's Friday. It's technically first Friday, but still. Even though it's the third of the month, it's the first Friday of the month, so first Friday. Not next Friday. Or Friday after next. Well, everyone's doing well, living life, enjoying themselves. And now we're in the spooky month, so you know that's where the stuff comes. I tried Dave's chicken with the Carolina Reaper and hot sauce. Well, yeah, the Carolina Reaper is notoriously known for that. There was a whole challenge around it because people were crazy and stupid. No. I gotta be careful because this shit will spin all over the place, bro. Big bam. For those curious, what's in the burrito? It's diced onions, lettuce, cheese, ground beef, black beans, brown rice or Spanish rice. Decent amount of stuff. No, I ain't said it's shit for you. This is mine. You have a sign to waiver before you buy it there. Of course you do, because it literally can hurt you. It would send you to the hospital. And restaurants don't want to get sued. It's a liability thing. What do you have as your food, royalty? That's a better question. What food you got, yo? And let me get some of that, yo. Let me get some of that, yo. What is this? I wish I could show. There we go. Now you got more chins than a Chinese phone. That's a good one. That's a good one, Amber. GG's. If it's about it receding, then yes. If it isn't about my receding hairline, then you fucked up. Wait, where is that food from? It's a place called Diablo's. Why don't you make eating videos? I think it works more as a stream than it does video. Tetris? Tetris? Huh. I'm sure I get that one. Oh, because it looks like then. Oh, you know what? That's pretty good. Not even mad at you for that one. That's pretty good, Fearless. You're stuck to your name. You're a fearless tadpole. I respect it. I'm glad you're enjoying your avocado. Why eat my burrito? Feeling kind of grande, no pequeño. For years, I used to shit in the shower. How could you? What's in it? Ground beef, spinach rice, lettuce, cheese, diced onions, black beans, and corn. Corn salsa, corn. Yeah. That is what is in it. Unfortunately, I'm going to repeat that in and out as people come in and out, but it's okay. Not in and out like the restaurant, because I've never had that before. What about, did you just hear about defecation in the shower? Apparently Benzo Banks used to shit in the shower. I don't understand the point of doing that. There's no, like, peeing in the shower to me made sense because the urine would just go down the same way the water does, down the drain. If you shit in the shower, you have to physically make an effort to get it to fit into the drain, and it's a whole problem. Like, why would you do that? You're essentially fucking up your drains potentially, while also putting your hand on feces or feet on feces. Who's trying to just touch feces when they don't have to? The fuck? Just use the toilet. And if you're in the bathroom, that means you're already next to the toilet. I don't know any bathroom that doesn't have a shower, that has a shower but doesn't have a toilet. Unless they're in like one of those gym showers, which in that case you really would want to shit in the shower, because those gym showers are joint showers, and it's a bunch of fucking dudes. Dang, you made that burrito? No, I got these from Dorados. How you sleep at night knowing you're still paying Game Pass even though they did a price increase? Oh, you're a villain. You're a whole villain, Orion. That's crazy. We're gonna get into it. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna get into it. It's just hard to have a conversation in a burrito. So I want to get deep into it, and then I gotta stop to take bites because these bitches are huge. Also, I'm like halfway done anyway. Bobby, what's the goal? My man, is you still supporting the problem? I am the problem. Also, to be fair, the version of it that got price hiked was not the version I paid for. I didn't pay for the $20 one. I didn't pay for Game Pass Ultimate. I paid for the middle tier. So I paid for the $15 one, which is technically not going up in price. Gaming, I do a lot of streams on this channel. Gaming, anime, discussion topics, a little bit of everything. I just like to post shit. You find something you like and then tell me to make more of it, and you'll probably see more of it. Unless you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, the witches will make you suffer. All Yu-Gi-Oh fans suffer on this channel. Tee hee. The burritos are good, yo. I forgot what the burritos are, bro. They're thick, man. They're thick as fuck. Afraid the food's gonna spill out. Ryan, I'm not targeting anyone, bro. Just know if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, you gotta suffer, though. That's all I'm saying. I think I'm fair in my judgment. I think all Yu-Gi-Oh fans just suffer. I'm a Pokemon fan at heart, bro. I'm a part of the PK clan. We'll be drinking educational water here today. Because educating is important. I'm glad you think the burrito looks good. If you have a Diablo's by you, you can get one. Or a Moe's. Or a Sabaro's. There's a bunch of Mexican places, honestly. I'd be surprised if you don't have any by you. Ooh. Have you heard of Sleep Theory's album? I have not. If you're a diehard fan, why didn't you play all the remakes in recent years? Because I don't like wasting my money on stupid shit. I leave that up to Tyrone and KG. But remember, they were making content, so I guess the money came back to them. I assume the money came back to them for that. If you gave me $500, what would I do? Well, let's see. There's a couple things I could do, but the rule with my YouTube money is that it saves up for trips. So we'll probably go into the next trip fund, which would be next year, which I think is going to be Cali. We haven't decided yet. Well, that's what I think it's going to be. So that, or if I want to be real petty, because I've been wanting a new tablet, I'd probably get a new tablet. Yeah. Why you say ill? What was that, guys? Guys, what's the issue with Cali? What the fuck is going on? What is this anger towards California? It's $500. It's not like you're giving me $4,000 or some shit. You give me $4,000, I'll book a flight to Japan. All right, that's different. What smartphone do you currently have, Press Forward? You have something old or something new? And if you have something, depending on what you have, hold on, let me say this again. F Cali, bro. Richie, you and Richie gonna fight. I'm gonna call Richie, bro. I'm gonna be like, Richie, dog. He over here saying F Cali. I want you to go to Tyrone's stream and say F Cali to Richie, because I'm pretty sure Richie's in that stream because he's playing the Dragon Ball MOBA game, which Richie's our resident MOBA player. No, actually, no street. Ciao. That's a crazy line, Ryan. Just relax. I got an LG Style 6 smartphone. Oh, okay. I mean, is it still working or no? Are you paycheck? Oh, never. Never, Space. You will never catch me on no paycheck to paycheck. The life lesson, you should never live paycheck to paycheck. This is not my job. I have a full-time job. I work on a daily, a weekly, 5 days a week, essentially. I don't know why I was like daily basis. No, that's not true, because then I'd be going to work tomorrow. The point is I have a job. But I've been making videos since I was like 17, 18. So it's kind of just a part of it is a hobby. The other half is because I do enjoy doing it. You gotta have a love for the game. to me, I came from the era where when you got into doing this, it wasn't about making money. You just wanted to make content. You just wanted to be a part of the community, and that's what it was. Now I don't think not too soon, not too late after I had started doing content though. Then people start looking at this as a genuine job, and that's when people's perception on social media and content creation changed. And then all of a sudden, everyone wanted to be a YouTuber, and then it was a Twitch streamer, and then it was a TikToker, and then it was an Instagrammer. Like the game changed forever. So now it is looked at as a career. I got kids in high school talking about they want to do Instagram. Bro, you can't just do Instagram. You know how many people want to do Instagram and can't do it because they don't make good content? How much do you give from the monetization? And one day Odyssey. No, I don't have kids. I don't have kids. What was I gonna say? How much you get from monetization? I don't get a lot. It's enough to cover like gas and groceries casually, but that's about it. It's nothing crazy. This isn't back in like the best wishes days where I was making a good amount of money. Nah, I do okay. That's literally what it is. Hey man, I was here a while ago when you were in McDonald's. Asked about the filet. I remember see you streaming and living a happy life. Thanks, Ducky. I appreciate your support. Always gotta give thanks to the people who make you. Because realistically, that's the way this shit works. If you guys don't watch, then I'm essentially just sitting in the house by myself eating food, talking to my phone like a crazy person. Spoiler, I am still crazy, but at least I'm engaging with something. We're going to get into the main topic of Xbox, but I want to finish this. The chips I can eat casually with the queso, so I ain't like, you know what I mean? It's from Diablo. Let me see. I don't have any kids. What do you have today? Oh, Diablo's. It's a Mexican place. I'm eating burrito. In the beginning of you making YouTube videos, you just have to put stuff out and then see what people gravitate to. And then, like, the best time actually to be a YouTuber is in the beginning when you don't have any standards and you're not locked into a certain style of video, because you can kind of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And I've been before. The first place to go to eat. My favorite place. I'm a big fan of Waffle House. I'm a big fan of Waffle House. Them hash browns are a lifestyle, y'all. Waffle House hash browns are the truth. Also, to be fair, you don't get live streaming privileges as soon as you make a YouTube account. You actually have to earn live stream privileges. So the way you have to start off is by making just content. The reason why they don't give you live streaming privileges off the bat is because technically you can make money that way. And they want to see if you generate enough views to justify making money, essentially. You still have to be interesting enough. Yes, sir. I'm all about my Waffle House, bro. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely like up there. And the burrito is gone. Oh. Whew. God damn. So now we're on to the chips and we can actually start talking about the Game Pass situation. So for those who don't know, Microsoft said, hey, we're raising the price of motherfucking Game Pass to, I believe it went from $20 to $30 with some additional features added. But for the most part, the main two, Like the first two, the $10 one and the $15 one aren't changing. It's mainly just the $20 one is going from 20 to 30 a year, and there's been mass cancellations and changes. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really know what Microsoft's goal has ever been with this shit, at least in this last generation, because everything that they've done recently doesn't even work with their current business strategy, which is putting games on everything and making revenue from those platforms. Yeah, you're getting Xbox games on PlayStation, Xbox games on Switch. Xbox games are pretty much defaulted to PC now, right? But even with these things being acknowledged, it still brings up the question, you just raised the price of your console twice. You just raised the price of your subscription by like 50%. And you're still not really putting out a lot of games yourself. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing? No, there's no way you're going to make more money in this situation. It's more expensive to buy an Xbox. It's more expensive to subscribe to Game Pass. How in the world do you think you're going to make more money? I figure all that Nintendo backlash would have got people wound up and they'd be like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't rock the boat. Xbox said, fuck all that. Almost. Probably that chip did not crunch all the way down. But the problem with it, Nintendo was like, yo, you think you bad? I'll show you bad. And that's what they did. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. And then on top of that, you also have the Xbox handheld, which I think defaults at what, $700, I think? And then after that, the next version of it is like $1,000. And people are just like, bro, why? And Nintendo's like, oh, I thought this shit was expensive, yo. I thought the Switch 2 was too expensive. You over here with $1,000 fucking handheld and a $600 to $700 console that's been out for 5 years, mind you. Oh, and the subscription service that you said was such a good deal became less of a good deal. And I do want to break that down. Whatever. We're going to walk and talk in a second. I just want to do something real quick. Oh. I don't know how people do mukbangs and then sit down. This shit is enough to put you to sleep. All right. One more for the road, and then we start walking and talking. Because it's something I think people don't bring up. All right. So, something of note that I don't think people bring up is that the pricing structure was a deal for a reason. So think about it. If you bought Game Pass Ultimate, the idea was that you would spend $20 a month, and over the course of the next few months, over the course of a year, you would spend about $240, which $240, and let's say you were getting new games, because realistically, who the fuck is using Game Pass for old games? I mean, using them for indie games, because they're not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. Most indie games are like $10 to $30. You could just buy the indie game and it would have been a better cost, and instead of doing this weird shit where you fucking donate like a crazy, where you fucking put in $20 a month to play Hollow Knight, just buy Hollow Knight. It makes way more sense. By the time you hit the second month, you've already outpassed the amount you would have cost if you had just bought Hollow Knight straight out, right? Anywho, so at $240 a year, if you were paying for $60 games, it would be that means you had to play 4 games a year to justify the price. Or if it was $70 games, you had to spend about, what is that? At least 3 to 4 games to justify the cost of that. I have the tablet here with all the text on here. What's up, Saditin Timur? But the point I'm making is, it's about 3 to 4 games a year you have to play to justify the cost of it. Now that isn't too crazy, because even casuals probably play 3 to 4 games a year. Probably more on close side of 3 instead of 4, right? But the moment you jump into the you jump into the $30 a month Game Pass, which is what the default is, and it started today, I think, or no, it started October 1st or October 2nd. That means that you went from spending $240 a year to spending $360 a year. And now you're getting to the point where now it's concerning. It's no longer the deal it was supposed to be, because now you actually have to pay attention to the amount of games you played for the justification to kick in. Going from playing 3 to 4 games a year means that you could that means you have about 3 to 4 months to play around with game price. To play around with one title before you have to pick up another one and play a game. 3 to 4 months is enough time if you care about the game to get into it. But going into 360 means you have to play 6 games a year, which is a game every other month, or you have to play 6 to 7 games a year if it's a $70 game, which means not only it's not every other month, it's like every other month up until the end of the year, and then you got to play like at least 2 months in a row back to back. And the reason why this is a problem is because casuals don't do that, all right? Everyone has an Xbox account or a PlayStation account. You've seen the trophies, you've seen the achievements. We all know what the problem is. Most of these gamers aren't even beating these titles, right? When you finish like a Stellar Blade or an Astrobot or a Gears of War or a Halo or a Call of Duty, most people, when you get those achievements for getting past certain points, most of those people are not finishing those games. So you're expecting people who already don't finish games to then buy multiple games every other month to justify it, or not even buy it, but just to download and play multiple games every other month. And that's not even playing into the storage issue that all these consoles have about if you have enough storage to hold all those titles. So now you have to get 6 to 7 games, hope you have enough storage on your console, while also still paying. At that point, it'd be cheaper just to buy the titles. Because let's be real here, a casual gamer in most cases only plays like maybe 3 to 4 games. To play 6 to 7 games a year for a casual gamer, which the reason why I'm bringing up casuals a lot is because casuals are the ones who are spending the most on this. The gaming sphere lives and dies by its casual and fan base, unfortunately. The hardcore is important and we hold value, but we are not the majority. It's the same thing I would say to like people who talk about Japan being a crazy area for gaming. What I mean by that is, oh look, Nintendo sold over 2 million in Japan. Yeah, but they got like over 50 million in the US. Does Japan still matter? Sure, but it's not the majority, so it's not the biggest importance. The same thing goes for Xbox, right? Even though they have hardcore Xbox fans who care about their day one games and their day one releases, sure, they'll probably stick around no matter what. But in most cases, the people who buy Game Pass the most are your casual players who don't even touch Xbox games and are playing other things. Literally other third-party games. There are probably people on there who play more Assassin's Creeds than they have touched any of the fucking Halo games or any of that shit. And like I said, indie games seem like a waste of time just because of the pricing structure. You can buy most high-quality indie games for like $20, $30 fucking dollars. So if I can do that, what logic does it make to then go and spend $240 to play it for a limited time? Just buy the fucking game on the system. I'll give you an example. As someone who currently is subscribed to Game Pass, the problem I run into, right? So, Expedition 33, phenomenal game, definitely deserves to win best RPG of the year. That's where it's at, right? That game was on Game Pass. Now that game I think is what, $40 or $50? Nothing crazy, but on Game Pass I got to play it for free. Cool, right? Now I pay for the $15 tier, which I think means I pay about $120 $80 a year. So all I got to do is play three $60 games or three $70 games to justify my purchase, right? Which for at least $70, like big budget games. I'm gonna be real. I don't think I've even done that this year. I haven't gone and looked, but the games I've been playing are none of them. Even the ones I'm getting off of there are not those games. But for Expedition 33, I got it right through Game Pass. Played it, beat it through Game Pass. Cool. I thought the game was so good it deserves to be bought a physical copy. Well, if I had just bought the physical copy, that would have been it. Instead of which, I have now paid for Game Pass, which is a $180 tier for where I'm at, plus the extra $50 to $60 I'm spending for the physical version of the game because I thought it was so good, when I could have just skipped the $180 entirely and just bought the fucking physical version of the game. Same thing for Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's a great game, but Hollow Knight's like $20, if that. It's probably cheaper than that now because you can get it on sale. So then the question then goes, why not just buy Hollow Knight instead of getting Game Pass? Like, that's the issue. Like, as someone who's subscribed to Game Pass will tell you, it was already kind of a hard sell by itself because the people that Game Pass is for the lapsed gamer. It's for the gamer who hasn't gamed consistently. Okay, cool. That means if I buy a year's subscription, I'm playing essentially catch up, if I even care that much. Or I'm the gamer who just wants to play Call of Duty for free, quote unquote. But once again, the issue with that is, and I think I looked it up and someone correct me in the comments, I think you can't even get the whole day one Call of Duty games unless you buy the highest tier. So you have to buy into the $30 tier to even enjoy the one of the biggest benefits of Game Pass. Game Pass was already a hard sell by itself, but it was put in a way that could trick you into the illusion of it being okay. Game Pass is already kind of niche in premise. When you make it more expensive and you make the best version of it more expensive, and not only did you make it more expensive, you made it more expensive by 50%, dog. If you're gonna do it like Disney Plus or some of these other companies did. $2 here, $1, $3. I think people would have been cool with $5 considering what their alternative was. But bro, and then it brings up the question, why'd you jack the price up so high so quickly on top of already raising the prices for everything else? You have a handheld that costs $1,000. Your home consoles cost $600 or $700, and they've been out for 5 fucking years. And unlike any other console manufacturer right now, you raised that bitch twice. Why the fuck would you do that? Why in the fuck would you do that, bro? Starch that everyone has a Microsoft account. I come back to check. All right, we'll see you back later. I was telling you about Game Pass being a bad omen. It's not even the fact that it's a bad omen as much as it's just a stupid fucking move. There is no benefit to do this. You're already releasing most of your other titles on PlayStation or PC, and Switch gets some of them too, right? So, cool. If you were going to do this blue ocean strategy, right, where everything is an Xbox, and you can make money from multiple sources, why is the source that you're hurting the most your main source? You're killing your console. What was the point of raising the price twice? Fucking twice, bro? I think the Series S now costs like $400. The price proposition between now is a Series S and a Switch 2, and it's by $50. And at least with the Switch 2, you still have portability. Bro, it's insane in premise. It makes no fucking sense. And hell, I couldn't be surprised that people were out here canceling the subscription. It was already kind of a hard sell to begin with. It got worse. Now it legitimately just does not make sense to get on Game Pass. Game Pass gives you the illusion of enjoying your content. It's essentially doing that Netflix thing. The difference is, to watch a movie on Netflix takes 2 hours, probably 2 to 3 hours. Playing even a game, a short game, is about like a 10-hour investment. And you're not doing that in one session. So even Hollow Knight, which is a game that's considered an indie game, or I think a Kickstarter game, right? Hollow Knight takes, I think, on average, somewhere between 20 and 30 hours to beat. That's just that game, and that's not even a full price title. We're not even talking about like Assassin's Creed Shadows or some shit. We're talking about a game that, for all intents and purposes, is essentially just a dungeon crawler with cool upgrade mechanics. I'm not dissing the game. Even Hi-Fi Rush is considered a smaller title, and that game takes you about 20 to 30 hours. So, the price proposition for a casual gamer to get into this requires them to invest over $300 and something, when at that point they could have just bought most of those games. You could have bought Hollow Knight, you could have bought Hi-Fi Rush, you could have bought South of Midnight, you could have bought almost all that shit and probably spent the same amount of money. So where's the deal? In most cases, here's the other thing, these are not Nintendo titles, right? These are third-party games. Most of these games go on sale. Most of these games go on fucking sale. So you can get them at a discount. So you can get them cheaper than they were. So you probably won't even spend nearly as much as I'm saying if you catch them on the right deals. On top of which, in most cases, you would at least then get a physical copy of the game. So what the fuck? Like, bro, it literally does not make any sense to raise the price. I know why they're doing it, because of money. Because they either want more money or they think the value, quote unquote, justifies it. The problem is, it was already a hard sell to begin with. People just didn't think about it too much. Think about it. If you only play one game a year, you were losing fucking money. And guess what casuals were probably doing? They were getting it for fucking Call of Duty and nothing else. So you got it for Call of Duty, and then you have downloaded like 3 or 4 games. You know why? Because we do the same thing with movies and television shows. Remember when people were out here torrenting shit? We were torrenting movies and torrenting television shows and torrenting albums and shit, and half of that shit we didn't even watch or listen to. Why? Because we just did it because we could. It's the same thing with Game Pass. You just started downloading a bunch of games. I have games on the Xbox right now I've never touched because I just saw them and I knew they were on the system. That's what we do. It's the idea of having access to it is cooler than actually having access to it. So what ends up happening is you end up spending all this time downloading shit, and then you don't play any fucking thing. And that's essentially what's happening with Game Pass owners. Not only is it, damn, this is expensive, but also, damn, I downloaded like 6 games and only played one of them. Most of them just play Call of Duty. Because on top of all of this, we still have a problem with first-party Xbox. Where the fuck are the games, Microsoft? We got Call of Duty. Okay, fine. We got Fable next year. We don't believe you, right? Why not? We make great titles. No. You're not consistent. That's the fucking problem. That's always been the fucking problem with Xbox. You're not fucking consistent. So why would I trust that you would be consistent right now? I have no reason to. And that is indeed where the issue kicks in. What'd you say, Goku? As far as our PC Game Pass still doesn't have all the games that console Game Pass has. So you still have a lopsided library. Most of the Gears and console in Halo 5 is only on the console Game Pass. That's crazy. So it's called Game Pass Ultimate. It's not even Ultimate. It's still a fucking JIP. Well, it's Ultimate in the context that you technically get access to both. But yeah, it's just like, bro, what the fuck? The shit's stupid. The shit is beyond stupid. I think that's why I find it funny that people are still talking about the console war in any capacity. Because my genuine response would be, what fucking war? Microsoft and PlayStation are fighting for second place. And Xbox gave the fuck up a while ago. What war is there? Is it a civil war? This is why I made that shit about Xbox in the first place. Fucking worthless, bro. No, I didn't get Sonic Cross Worlds. I did not. For some reason, we have a weird amount of racing games this year. And I don't need that many racing games in my life. Between this and Mario Kart and then Kirby in a couple months, there's a lot. And then the kicker on top of all that, you're right, Goki. You also just fired a bunch of fucking studios. Or downsized, what I should say. You just downsized a whole bunch of fucking studios. So what the fuck was the point? I don't even fucking understand. What is the point? What is the value of owning the Xbox at this point? And this is coming from a guy who owns a fucking Xbox and purchases Game Pass. That is probably getting canceled. I need to go. I wanted to wait a couple days because, everyone and their grandma was canceling it. But bro, what is the fucking point of having it? And this is coming from a guy who's currently who currently has the version of it that isn't going up. The other thing is, well, you can get to play games online. Bro, I don't do any of that shit. And if I was going to do that shit, I just do it on PC. Game Pass already was a hard sell, and I think people don't want to acknowledge that part. It was kind of a hard sell to begin with if you thought about it. If you didn't think about it, then it just came off as a great deal, quote unquote. But if you thought about it, you were like, oh, you know what? That's not that great. It's okay. And because it's for a certain type, it's a niche product. It's for a certain type of gamer, but it has the illusion of a mass appeal, which was the beauty of it in the first place. The moment you lose that mass appeal, you've killed a service. And here's the thing. Xbox already wasn't doing great to begin with. It's funny because people always talk about Nintendo and how they treat themselves like the Disney of gaming. What's up, Mary? They treat themselves as the Disney of gaming. So what they tend to do is they tend to make themselves seem more important than what they are. But it also helps maintain the value in their brand. It was on my Game Pass, Microsoft Game Pass, and just gaming in general. But in these conversations, what people don't realize is that when you look at Nintendo compared to Microsoft, Nintendo lives and dies through the gaming. That's all they have. What figures are those? Those are amiibo. Those are Nintendo amiibo for the most part. There's a couple of One Piece figures in the corner. Yeah, you can see them. Chopper and Luffy in them. But most of that stuff is amiibo. Imagine paying for Game Pass Ultimate and the game you want to play gets removed. That's the other thing. We're still playing the Netflix thing of losing content every few months. Because of course, they can't afford to keep that game fully available on that shit, because then it's why the fuck do I even bother getting the game? Which is what a lot of people did. People buy Game Pass to get new games first day without having to pay for them, which at the time seems like a deal, but if you keep that bitch all year and only play that one game, you've effectively lost money. I have a lot of One Piece. I have a lot of One Piece people. Well, yeah. One Piece has become the phenomenon in the last few years, so this is where we're at as a society. Is a bunch of One Piece content and praise. But the point I'm trying to make, going back to the Xbox thing, is there's no value in owning that system or those. Well, I won't say not value owning the system. The games are still coming out on the system. I guess my point is there's no value in owning and purchasing Game Pass anymore. Especially if you're a casual. If you're a casual, it literally does not benefit you at all because you're not playing enough games to justify having it. You would have to play, like I said, 6 or 7 games to justify having Game Pass Ultimate. Now, if you have the $15 tier, it's arguably worse and better at the same time because you're not spending as much money, but you now have to play just like a decent number of games to justify the service. And the problem is, the moment a casual has to start counting the amount of titles they're playing and how long they're playing for, bro, it's over. The whole advantage of being a casual is that you don't give a fuck about none of that. You just want to chill out, cut on a game, and play that bitch. You don't want to play this weird, well, I only did it for 7 hours and I spent $20 this month. I didn't get my full $20 worth. I have to do at least 30 fucking 3 hours next time to justify these 2 months. Otherwise, I'm at a deficit for enjoyment versus payment. And I can't have that. And you're just like, bro, if it gets to this point, I need to fucking figure my shit out. And that's what I'm probably gonna do. I'm probably gonna cancel it. I think I'm gonna cancel it and just start buying the games naturally. Because I think I haven't played much. Even this year, the only games I think I played off the Game Pass was Hollow Knight and I think it was Hollow Knight and Yakuza. What did I play off of Game Pass? It was Hollow Knight and something else. Pac-Man I bought. Maybe Yakuza and Hollow Knight I think were the only two games I played. I might be missing one and I'm not thinking of it right now, but yeah. Game Pass I've only used Game Pass sparingly in comparison to my other stuff because I have other games I'm playing. Like in a couple weeks, I'll be back on the Switch too because Pokemon will be out. Like, that'll happen. And realistically, with all the Steam sales, especially the ones we're probably going to get for Black Friday, it's like, bro, what the hell? I only have Game Pass because I forgot to cancel my subscription last month. See, it's not a bad subscription within certain contexts, but if you're not someone using that bitch consistently or having, like, to me, it works at its best when Microsoft is your main console. If it's not your main console, why the fuck would you have it? Oh man, that neck, that I felt that. Why the hell would you have it? What's the point of fucking having it, in my opinion? And that's where the issue comes in. It's not worth the money. It never. At one point, it would be, and under certain specific circumstances, it has its intrinsic value. But as a whole, in the whole of it all, nah. Oh my god. The pieces of chip have fallen down the wrong pipe and things feel bad, yo. And for someone like me who owns all three current gen consoles, it's like, although ironically enough, my Xbox is still played more than my PlayStation. That's also because my PlayStation isn't in the same room as my Xbox and Switch. So I don't know if that's really the PlayStation's fault. It's probably more of my fault for positioning it in an inconvenient spot. But that's irrelevant right now. The point I'm making is that as an Xbox fan, as an Xbox owner, Game Pass is no longer worth the investment. I think for me, it probably hasn't been worth the investment the entire time I've had it. I've had Game Pass at least for 2 years, 1 or 2 years. It hasn't. It's probably been about 2 years if I think about it right. I gotta go and check. Actually, I could go and check right now. Now I think about it. The last game I played on stream would have been Tuesday, which would have been Hollow Knight. So I want to go. Actually, let's go check. Let's go take a trip real quick, guys. Do some exploration and see if we can find out some answers here. Let's see. Whoops. I'm old because I groaned when I got on the ground. All right, let's look. Let's see. I guess it'd be Microsoft.com actually. And then I'm going to cut on the Xbox to see. I'm going to cut on the Xbox also to see what I've even been playing that justify this thing's existence. because I feel like it's been nothing. But it's here, so let's see. Let's flip over. Give me 1 second, guys. Apologies. I can't do it on the thing, but I just want to see. All right. So for Game Pass, I'm lying. I played 2 things. I played Hollow Knight and Clear Obscure 30 Expedition 33. Those are the only 2 titles I've played on this bitch. I think this year actually, because Persona was last year. Yeah, if I look at my play history, let's see. Um, no, no, I'm lying. I've played. No, that's not true. I've played a couple games. So I played Hollow Knight currently, Expedition 33, Sunset Overdrive, Yakuza Kiwami. I've played 4 Xbox titles this year. Now, let's go look up how much I've spent on Game Pass so far. And then when we do that, we're going to cross-reference that with how much these games currently are that I could buy them for. I'm going to pull up their physical one to be as fair as possible because I want to prove a point here. So, where is my Microsoft thing at? No, Microsoft. Oh, wait, I realize it's probably going to make me verify it through... Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Let's see. Actually, no, Xbox. I want the Xbox stuff specifically. Sign in. Is it my face? Can I use my face? Yeah. The joy of having a webcam to your computer. I'm doing this to cross-reference some stuff. So let's look at my account. And look, I'm pretty sure it's the $15 one, but I just want to double check on something. Because I think this is important. Let's see, subscriptions. I've been playing for Xbox Game Pass on console. Actually, I haven't been paying for the $15 one. I've been paying for the, is it $10? Let me see. Well, $12, I guess. Why is that such a weird number? It is what it is. So I've been paying for the $12 version of it. So $12 times, when did it renew actually? When did it renew? It renews on the 12th, but when did it renew? Yeah, the 12th. So it's the 12th of the month. This is important because I need to figure this out. So $12 for 10 months is about $120, right? Now let's go look at the prices for Expedition 33, Sunset Overdrive, Hollow Knight, and Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of Yakuza 1. Let's go to Amazon and use that. I'll go to Amazon and I'll use, I guess, will Amazon be the best place to pick for this? Let's just go for Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, how much is Hollow Knight? Hollow Knight right now that's more than I thought it was. Is this the European version? Remember, this is kind of hard because this is a Kickstarter game, so it doesn't actually have a proper physical edition. But right now it says $41. So let's go $41, right? Probably Amazon. Okay, all right. So $41 for that. Let's go for Expedition. Whoops, if I can fucking type in the box. Jesus Christ. Expedition 33. I can get for about $50, it looks like. Then let's go Sunset Overdrive. Whoops, Jesus Christ. Sunset Overdrive. I can get for $13. So 40, 50, 13. And granted, most people who've been buying these games don't even buy the physical like for some of that. So what was that, 90 plus 103? Yeah, because it's $13. And then Yakuza Kiwami. So I think we're at 100. Yeah, 103. And then Yakuza Kiwami. No, just the first Kiwami. Jesus. That's 3. Jesus Christ, that's 1 and 2. Do they not just have? Okay, the PlayStation 4 version of it's like $20. I'm trying to see if I can find a fair version of this, just to make it fair though. That might be it actually. Even the Switch has it for. Even the Switch 2 has Kiwami for only $34. And then there's a collection. Kiwami currently is. This is hard because it has multiple versions. How much is it on GameStop? Out of curiosity. Kiwami and Sunset you can get for less than $20. So let's just say if I put it at the full 20, right? Out of that means of the games I played, I'm breaking even right now. I bought actually I'm losing money because of what I did for Expedition 33 because I did go buy that one. But the point I'm making is essentially I'm breaking even me personally because I've spent $120 and I've played games that can equal up to around $120 give or take, right? So for me personally right now I've evened out. I don't know if I would have done that last year though because I spent what 120 so 144 last year, and the games I played last year were Reload, Kingdom Hearts Collection. Oh no, I bought those of mine. Actually, you know what? I just realized I don't think I played any. Did I not play any cloud games in 2020? Let me see. Give me. They don't have one for Game Pass. That sucks. Actually, now I think about it, I don't think I've played anything. Nah, the only one that would have been. Did I buy? I did buy Hi-Fi Rush. That's my other problem. I've been buying a lot of these games. Like for example, I started out with Persona 3 Reload, just playing the Game Pass version. Then I physically bought it. Kingdom Hearts, same thing, bought it. Hi-Fi Rush, bought it. Elden Ring, bought it. Penny Big Breakaway, I think. Did I buy Breakaway? I don't know. Did I buy Breakaway? No, I did. Yeah, I did. I bought Breakaway. So I bought I think almost all the games I bought. Yeah, I bought all these. I bought all of these actually. So the only cloud games I've actually done, if I'm doing this right, is Hollow Knight, Expedition, Sunset Overdrive. Well, actually, never mind. I lied. I bought Kiwami. Wait, did I? Wait, what? Oh, it was that. It's no longer on here, so now I have to buy it. Like I can't play this again. But yeah, so it's just a lot, bro. Realistically, for me, it doesn't make any sense. And then the other games I played on Xbox, like Resident Evil, I own. Psychonauts 2, I own. Elden Ring, I own, even though that was gift from Juice. What is that? Sonic Frontiers, I own. Pac-Man, own. Yeah. For me, it's not really worth it. Like I'm breaking even at most, is what I'm doing. And at worst, I'm just spending more money. I'm just spending more money. Actually, you know what? Since we're here, we might as well cancel this bitch. Well, fuck. I'm still playing Hollow Knight. God damn it. How much is Hollow Knight? I could buy it for $12 at Game Pass. Might as well. Fuck it. Might as well. Oh God, I don't remember my password. Hold on, wait. Oh. There we go. Bye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy Game Pass. Hey, what's up? What's up, Chornik? So I'm gonna buy Hollow Knight and then I'm gonna cancel Game Pass. What I'm gonna do? Do I really have to install it since I already own it? That just seems ridiculous. And now I'm gonna go cancel Game Pass because there's no fucking point. I just realized that. I don't know why I didn't think about that at the time. It's not even worth it for me. Um, Cancel subscription. And we will be canceling Microsoft Game Pass right now. No, I don't want that one. Are you sure you want to end your winning streak? Yes, yes. Scroll down, scroll down. Yeah, of course that's what they do. They put the cancel button at the very bottom of the fucking page. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cancel it. So by next, was it the 11th? So is that next Friday? It might be next Friday. I will no longer have Game Pass. I have fucking canceled Game Pass because I realized that it's not really worth the financial. Because I still, as much as I've slowly gotten away from physical games on Nintendo, I still buy a decent number of titles. In the games that I could have played, like 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 I said, even the games I currently own, I played through Game Pass. I already own. Like for example, Yakuza Kiwami, I technically own on Steam. Sunset Overdrive, I own on Steam. Let's see. Hi-Fi Rush, that one was on the console, but I already bought it, so no matter what, I can play it. Like it's not even an issue here. Oh wait, I lied. I don't own a Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush I never bought. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. No, I do own it. Why the fuck am I talking like that? So yeah, Penny Big Breakaway I own, Elden Ring I own. I own like all this shit. There's only like a hand. The only games that I'm gonna lose when this shit uninstalls is actually Cooking Simulator, I guess. Which oh no, not Cooking Simulator. How could this happen to me? I lose Cooking Simulator. So you guys have been witness to me canceling my Game Pass membership, which means I won't get charged $13 in the next $12 in the next, what is that, week or so. So yeah, realistically, and I was breaking even technically. I was still doing a relatively good job. Where it was hurting me is that I was still buying physical media. It's also the thing that's the worst thing. They'd be like, "Well, you're getting a discount if you buy games from the store." Yeah, but if I do that, then I've essentially killed out the reason for getting Game Pass in the first place. The whole point of Game Pass is to not buy games. The whole point of Game Pass is to get games for free. So if you were doing Game Pass the way you were supposed to, you don't you won't own a damn thing once you cancel it, which is the joke I think Mighty Keith did in his video. So it's a weird situation to be in, but that's really what it's turned into. If you want to get the most out of Game Pass, you can't buy any games. And unfortunately, I was doing that. I was buying Expedition 33. I just bought fucking Hollow Knight like a crazy person. So realized I didn't even save money. I just, instead of using my subscription, I just bought the game in advance. Xbox Scam Pass, most of the games you listed go on sale for 40% off and more. Exactly, and that's the part that's important. Because a lot of these games go on sale, I'm not even, in most cases, it would have been smart just to wait. I'm already a lapsed gamer. If I'm paying for Game Pass, that means I was a lapsed gamer. So if I'm a lapsed gamer, then what fucking difference would it have made to just wait until a sale happened and then bought the games? Which I think is the important part that needs to be stated here. The people that Game Pass is for, it's not for people who are buying stuff on day one in most cases. And if they are, it directly disincentivizes buying those products even after the fact. So you've essentially hoed yourself as a company. So, yeah. So my Game Pass subscription is canceled. I know I now own Hollow Knight properly. I actually did buy the special edition of Expedition 33, but that's for PlayStation. So it just gives me an excuse to low-key replay the game again if I want to on PlayStation since I originally played it on Xbox. And everything else I already own. Like for example, I have Crash 4 on Game Pass. Well, I bought that bundle that has Crash 4 in it on PC. So I can play that right now. So yeah. Pac-Man World, I physically own. The disc is right there. Actually, I just got Pac-Man 2. So I will be still using the Xbox. But yeah, There's really no point, bro. It's crazy how little incentivized you are to to join this Netflix service. That's crazy to me. It's also crazy to me that people were talking so much shit about the other two companies, like their shit was so much better. I mean, their shit was so much worse. I'm like, bro, stop. Game Pass is a pseudo deal that is cool sometimes, and unfortunately, this has made it intrinsically worse. And if anything, it's made people realize that they were wasting their money. That's really so. I will thank them for that. This price hike has made people realize it's not worth it, and so I canceled my subscription because it's not worth it. It's a damn shame. But that's what fucking happens, bro. It's ridiculous. But hey, man, it's a learning experience. We'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, moving forward, I don't even know how much the Xbox is gonna get used. Honestly, like if I'm being 100% honest, I don't know what I'm playing on this thing other than probably the only thing I'm paying soon is Pac-Man. Pac-Man is it. After Pac-Man, I have really no interest. How do they still charge me? That's a lie, bro. They're like, oh, it's only $11.99 with your subscription. Okay, cool. Bills for $13.01. You're like, bruh, what the fuck? Why'd you lie to me in 4K? What the fuck? Sorry, I had a moment. I had a moment where I wanted to crash out and end it all. And apparently, I don't know how to type fucking numbers. The hell was that? But yeah, that is something to be aware of, honestly. But as of right now, it's not worth having a Game Pass subscription. Even like I play games pretty frequently, and even I was barely breaking even. And that was before I was going out of my way to buy certain titles because I thought they deserved the money. I thought Expedition genuinely deserved to get money. So guess what I did? I bought Expedition 33. But what did that do? It made me getting Game Pass seem even dumber. Why the fuck did I get Game Pass if I was just gonna buy the game? It's a crazy reality we live in, but that is literally what the problem is. You should not get Game Pass if you end up buying games. You've essentially killed the reason to have Game Pass. God, that's wild to me, bro. It's so wild to me, bro. I've disincentivized myself from owning games by buying Game Pass. That's crazy. It's crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? I don't want to dwell on it too much, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, that just bummed me out. That bummed me out, honestly. Yo. Yeah, if you only play on Xbox, that's like the best. That would be the only real appeal of getting it. If you're Xbox only, mm, neck, dude. If you're Xbox only, it would make the most sense. And even then, it's still not an amazing stretch. On top of that, how could you buy an Xbox console? We're now knowing when we get to Black Friday, the sales for Xbox is literally just going to put it back to what it originally cost, which isn't really a deal, but is a deal now because the standard is higher. Ugh, I hate this shit. I hate it, bro. It is genuinely a fucking sad shame. But like I said, at least I got rid of it. Also, thank you guys for the likes. I realize I actually do have almost the same amount of likes as I do viewership. I appreciate that, guys, because that doesn't normally happen. So thank you for the support. In all honesty, I really appreciate it. But I will say the itis is starting to get to me. And I don't want to sit here and dwell on Xbox too much longer. They even have they have the ROG Ally on fucking. They have it on the homepage of the Xbox console. Oh, these are all the recently added games, the Game Pass, the games I won't be able to play in a week. Yeah, there is no exclusively Xbox players. Like all the games I would have down, like Scott Pilgrim, I own on Switch. Prince of Persia, Tenet I could get anywhere, honestly. Let's see. Uno I have on Switch. Let's see. What else did I buy? What else do I own? South Park has been on sale on stream. I own Rayman Legends on Xbox already. Let's see. Silk Song I could just go buy. How much is Silk Song right now anyway? Let's see. Yeah, it's like included. It's $20. So yeah. Persona 4 on Switch and Steam. Yeah, there's really no reason. How much is the ROG Ally? Does it tell you on the site, or does it even give a price? I'm just curious. I don't want to watch the reveal, you fucking dickhead. Why did they give you the option to pre-order it and then be like, watch the reveal? That's not pre-ordering. I just want to see if you guys have the nerve to put it on there. Coming to Game Pass, Ninja Gaiden 4, Call of Duty, but you got to have Ultimate for that one. That's crazy. The Outer Worlds 2, no way. I completely forgot about this game. And isn't that the first $80 game they have? Shit is wild, bro. But it is what it is. I'm not going to sweat on it too much. But, yeah, I think that's it for tonight, guys. I don't really have too much to say. I cancel my Game Pass subscription. It's not worth the money. I like video games. I just don't like the companies that make them sometimes. And Xbox is still trash. I think that covers all of my bases. Yeah, I did see the Saudi Arabia bought EA, but I didn't really have any thoughts on it. I was just kind of like, oh, huh. That's interesting. But yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here, guys. I think we're going to focus on Pokemon Coliseum for tomorrow. We're going to focus on purification and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Dude, do not eat. Do not eat and try to stream. I need to remind myself. The only way I should do this is if I'm going to do a sleep stream afterwards. Like, realistically, that's what I need to do. Would you guys even care about a sleep stream? Like, especially on the mobile version. Is that even viable to do a sleep stream on mobile? Because I know I can, like, hook my phone up to the battery and stuff, but I just thought about it. Because it's too easy to crash right now, bro. Y'all don't understand. I can run over here to the bed. Ooh, whoops. I can run over here to the bed and just pass the fuck out. Watch me. Hold on, watch me. Watch me. Oh, great heavens! Oh. And now I'm in here. I'm in the bed. We did it for Ryza. Yeah, but Ryza wasn't intentional. I just couldn't keep my eyes open. Ryza was like, I'm going to be back in 5 minutes, and then I didn't come back in 5 minutes, and it was bad, yo. I don't know how well you guys can hear me when I put this on the bed, because it's technically on the covers, and I think the mic is at the bottom. And JP Morgan for buying EA. That means nothing if the shit is still bad. If it gets better, then great. If it doesn't, it doesn't mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Ah. It's fucking irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's elephant. It's unpheasant. I'm surprised no one's dropped the bar saying it's unpleasant. Nah, dog, it's unpheasant. That's wild. Oh, god damn it. Itis is a bitch, bro. I've got to learn my lesson about this shit. The problem with big back streams is literally this part. How can you be entertaining when you're on the verge of passing out because you ate and you have the itis and you're going to lay down because you're sleepy? Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. This is bad, bro. It's bad. Timefall 3 didn't even dead as fuck. Even more. Oh, God. Don't even talk to me about Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 was a myth. The government made Titanfall 3 up. Yeah, Titanfall could have been something, but they had to fuck it up. Now it's nothing. It's like Xbox is nothing. It's all nothing, nothing. I told you it's too easy to pass out in this bitch. It's dangerous, bro. It's absolutely problematic. I'm gonna get out of here before I do that. If I'm gonna do a sleep stream, I need to make a dedicated one. Maybe have like a donation thing that like you guys can make noises and wake me up with it. Which I think only works if like I sleep light, which I'm not sure if I do or not, but there's always something good to know. But it's later. My eyes are heavy, knees weak, mom spaghetti, there's vomit on my sweater, but I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting what I worked down, what I worked out, what I wrote down. Whole cloud goes to loud, I open my mouth, but the words just won't come out. I'm choking now, everybody's stroking now, I'm choking now, everybody croaking now. It's not back to the reality. I'm gonna go. But that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. Tomorrow will be more Pokemon Coliseum. I'm gonna find a way of adding in Valkyria Chronicles because I do always stream for that. And then yeah, I think that's it for the weekend. Yeah, exactly. The Xbox is taking me out. But hey, Donnie, I canceled my Game Pass membership and bought Hollow Knight full on with digital. So woo! All right, I'm going to sleep now because I feel like my body's like, yo, you a bitch, body. I'm like, bro, don't call me a bitch. Or yeah, nah, man, you the biggest bitch I know. Cause you can't stay up. You fucking coward. Stay up. Stay up, God damn it, stay up. No. Good night, everybody.